Today is 1500, first day, 1500, first day that I'm sharing a daily lesson. And today I want to speak about exposure. Yesterday I shared that there's three words that I really want to focus right now is exposure, challenge, and joy. And today I want to focus exactly what that exposure could mean in a simple way. Because I think that exposure I will get even deeper into that. But today we're just understanding the surface level. What is exposure and what we're supposed to expose ourselves to? So number one, difficult but meaningful challenges. It's interesting that challenge is one of the words that is actually important, and exposure is into those challenges. And there's so many reasons for that. That I think that even public speaking could be a challenge, but like every single person could really understand, okay, what could I challenge myself? One thing is cold shower is a challenge. And I truly believe one of the best things that you can do for yourself is do something that you hate. Do something that you don't like. Do something that is totally your personal choice. Your personal choice to do something that's extremely difficult. And why is that important? Because you show yourself that you are able to choose difficulty. You are able to put yourself in a position to really stretch yourself, stretch your emotions, being able to really choose to do the right thing no matter how you feel, because that shows up in every single area of your life afterwards. So that means that when really true difficulties come in, when true challenges come in, that you're not able to choose, that those challenges came onto you, now you're ready. You're ready because you exposed yourself to challenges before true challenges came in. And I truly believe that every single person needs to challenge themselves just to make sure that we're able to really believe in ourselves even more. Number two is people who think bigger than you. So that means that every single person needs to expose themselves with people that thinks differently, who thinks bigger, who thinks broader. And that means that there's a lot of different ways. Sometimes it could be more knowledgeable, sometimes more wise, because those are total different things. Sometimes a person is actually knowledgeable, but have a lot of data, a lot of facts. But when you think about life choices, they are making terrible life choices. So we need to really expose yourself to mentors, peers, builders, creators, people who think differently, community members. I think that that's a beautiful part when you're able to just say, like, I'm able to learn from everybody. Sometimes, even though I could be the expert in my field, but maybe someone who just do not know about my field create something that shares something that I never thought about. And I think that again, we need to have that idea that I need to expose myself to more people. I need to discuss even about the topic that I could be the person who are supposed to speak, but maybe I will be the person who listens to. And again, this is exposing yourself to people who think bigger. Number three is high quality inputs. And again, mentor is highly high quality inputs, but I think that we need to expose ourselves in different ways. That means books, philosophy, history, strategy, like there's leadership, sales, influence. There's a big list of things that we can listen to, that we can read books, that we can listen to. Like we can go to conferences, network events, YouTube videos. There are so many things that even deep conversations. We always say, okay, I need to expose myself. I need to expose myself to better input, better ideas, and where I could get those ideas, where I could get that. And I think that we need to really seek that because when we're able to really get exposed to better inputs, we internalize those better inputs, and what happens? The better inputs, the better outputs. Because sometimes we expect better outputs without really changing any inputs. And probably I've heard that is garbage in, garbage out. The information comes in, you're not able to really get terrible information, and you turn to in tremendous information. Number four, honest feedback, especially kind of stings sometimes. Constructive feedback, because of course some feedback could be just focusing on the bad things, some could be focusing on just good things, some on the bad things. And I think that constructive feedback is when you cover everything, because I used to be that person that don't say anything good because I know what I'm good at, just say it's what I need to improve. But that's not the best approach, because if you will always focus on the things that you need to improve, you'll forget how good we are already. But if you focus on only the good things, we will not be able to improve and will get stuck and will have blind spots and will not be able to work on things that really matters. So I think that being able to really have someone who performance reviews, coaches, some kind of direct peers, any kind of feedback that we need to really expose ourselves to really get better. And feedback is for two reasons. One is that if constructive feedback gives is remove blind spots, at the same time, you'll understand how good you already are. Because sometimes we forget how good we already are if we're not getting feedback. Number 5, we need to expose ourselves to an environment that make you a beginner again. And I guess that's a beautiful thing. That means that what was the thing that you did for the first time in the last year? That's probably the very beautiful question, is that if you didn't try anything for the first time, that means that you were not a beginner. But when you are a beginner, what it does for you, it humbles you, humbles the ego, reopens curiosity, forces learning, and really turns how to be more flexible, more adaptable, and that's extremely important because growth relies on the edge of incompetence. Such a beautiful statement that growth lies on the edge of incompetence. That means that when you start something new, that you develop, and a lot of times is that when you learn something new, totally not related to what your main route is, that that other part really allows you to get better in your own field as well, because you bring ideas from totally non-related thing into your main route, and that's extremely important to humble ourselves to really understand that there is a lot of things that we need to really get better at. Number 6, we need to expose ourselves to silence, stillness, and solitude. That's extremely important. I think sometimes we can think that if we are alone in solitude, but we are scrolling YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the social media, that means that we are in solitude. But that's not solitude. That is distraction. And what I mean by that is that solitude is when you are with your own mind, with your own thoughts, when you're reflecting, you have ability to meditate, being able to present, mindful with yourself. That is true solitude. While social media, movies is distraction from solitude. And I think that that's again a lot of times they're like, oh, I'm feeling lonely. You're feeling lonely because you're focusing on distractions. You're focusing on Instagram, movies. I'm guilty of that. I'm not any different. That's why I said that, but I failed sometimes solitude. I failed solitude because I focus on distractions of the solitude rather than enjoying it and being present in it, in that stillness. Because so much coming out of it, of just journaling, awareness of yourself, who you are, what's your values, what beliefs, where you want to go. Because clarity is the key to success when because you know clarity, able to move so much faster and you have a much better attitude to go towards the things that you really want to take. Number 7, diverse perspectives and worldviews. Diverse perspectives, and this is very similar to like mentors, coaches as well, a little bit in the inputs, but still like extremely important to understand that mentors could be still have very similar perspective of yours and worldview. So that means that we need to really seek and expose ourselves to all the different people. So if you are one kind of person, okay, let's speak with different people who believe all different things, and rather than shutting down that this is no, my truth is the right truth and yours is disgusting and I will not even listen to you. I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to listen and try to understand where do they came up, what kind of things, what kind of stories, what kind of narratives, what kind of things led them to believe what they believe, and ask what parts of what they say is true. I think that's a beautiful thing when you start to what parts of what they're saying is true, because the majority of times it's not 100 or 0%. Sometimes it's like 10%, 90%, 20%, 80%. So some parts of what you're saying most likely is true. And I'm very curious of learning what parts of what they're saying is actually true and implementable even in my life. And that's the thing, that's what we're able to really strive for, expose ourselves with different perspectives and worldviews. And then again, this expands our intelligence, and really when you understand other person better, you even able to really more clarity on your own point of view and have more confidence in that. Number 8 is physical discomfort. We need to expose ourselves to resistance. That means that run faster than you can, push something that is a little bit beyond your capacity, just to understand, okay, where is your boundaries, and measure that. What is not measured doesn't get improved. I think that we need to really strengthen it. You're not able to get stronger if you just do with a very light weight. There is the importance of lightweight. That is a great. It's exercise. It's a gym. It's moving, but I think that if we want to get stronger, really build our resilience, we need to really challenge ourselves in a level that is it's hard to do something. And that is again long hikes, long runs, strength training, even cold shower. I think that's again this is extremely important to really challenge ourselves physically, just to make sure that we're able to get even that challenge of physical allows us to challenge ourselves inwardly, because that physical challenge is still again is more internal challenge. Being able to push yourself, that you can really challenge yourself, your physical body, because if your internal is not allowing you to do that, that means that we still need to develop some internal capacity to go through that. So it's double benefits when really you physically challenge yourself. Number 9 is we need to expose ourselves to real responsibility. And that means owning outcomes, bringing accountability to others, managing resources, taking care of the team, projects, whatever it is, because that builds leadership. Response with ability. Such a beautiful saying. Responsibility. Respond with ability. And then it gives so much that ability that's to really seek ownership, seek responsibility, seek accountability really leads to a more fulfilling life, because you know that you are that people depend on you. And I think that is a good, beautiful thing when you say that I want people to depend on me. I want truly people say like, yeah, like if this person helped me truly move forward. And I think that this really forces maturity. Understand that it's not just about you, it's about the team, it's about community, it's about community members, it's about others who really seek better things in the future as well. And last one, I think that number 10 that we need to expose ourselves to is small daily habits that compound. We need to challenge ourselves. That's as I said, that it's make us grow very fast, but we need to expose us to small daily habits that compound. And we need to ask ourselves, okay, what do I do daily that really puts me in a better position every single day towards that the better tomorrow, that vision, that the person that I want to become. What did you do? Reading, health routines, skill practice, tracking your progress. What small actions do you do that really that allows you to think, okay, my future will be better because of this small habit that I do every single day? I think that we need to expose to that, because sometimes we live our life, and because of life circumstances, we don't have a lot of to give. But sometimes that you don't require a lot of the give. Sometimes you just need to give small habits every single day that really compounds over time and leads to tremendous success. So I hope that you reflected on what do you feel that you need to expose to, because I think that there's so many things that we need to expose ourselves in our life to really live a beautiful life. And those are the 10 things that I mentioned, but I think there's so much more that you can really speak about exposure, about relations, different kind of relationships, different meanings, different perspectives, like so many things. And I think that's exactly what why this year will be focusing on what should I expose myself to. And I think there are a lot of things I will learn. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.